Today we gathered here to talk about ElektraWeb, all-in-one cloud hotel management software. Despite these COVID-19 crisis that we are all facing and problems it caused in tourism and hospitality sector, technological development in this field haven't stopped, but continued even faster, even in a faster pace. And everyday business data volumes increased dramatically, and that's why the hotels are in need of a property management system that can be both capable of interconnecting with other applications and system and work in a way so that it can consolidate all data generated from these different systems that will allow much easier communication inside different modules and departments inside hotel in order to allow better customer satisfaction and better customer service, and also help hotel management in their benchmarking activities and increasing business performance in terms of forecast, management decision making, and strategic planning. That's why today I wanted to give you this demo and presentation about our ElektraWeb system, which is one of the most comprehensive cloud-based hotel management software, as it includes all modules and functions necessary for operation of hotel properties of any category and size. So basically all important functions inside a hotel, from hotel management, restaurant management, online reservation, guest application, CRM, sales and bankings, channel management, accounting, can be done from this one system. Now I would like to show you how we can log in and to the ElektraWeb and see some of its basic modules and features which it has. First, we will click on the login button, and after we finish with it, the screen will open in front of us. So this is our basic ElektraWeb screen. If you see, there are two types of menus we have there. One more detail on the left side, which has its own modules and sub-modules, which are grouped according to the different functions. We also have one quick application bar, as well as news bar, telling us what are the new updates and new features that we incorporated into the ElektraWeb. Since this program is hosted by Microsoft Azure, it can be opened by any web browser and on any mobile devices. So just for your quick insight, I would like to show you how it looks when it is on a mobile device. So in this case, this is how it will look on, let's say, one iPhone or one iPhone devices. Just one second, maybe my screen might be a little bit slower. So this is how this will look like on different types of mobile phone, as we said, tablets or regular desktop computers. Let's go quickly to some of the main features of ElektraWeb. Before each hotel starts using the hotel, they should use first the setup menu to set the basic information and definitions about hotels. These are being grouped under different segments, which we colored in red and blue. Red one are the mandatory fields, while the blue ones are additional parameters that we can define in our hotel, depending on extra characteristics maybe that should be needed in future generations of reports or specific pricings or room-related information. Probably, maybe it may seem a little bit crowded to you in this way, But I would just like to remind you that I currently have access as a hotel owner, so that's why I'm able to see all of the modules inside the ElektraWeb, while the hotel owners and authorized person can also use user definition segments in ElektraWeb to define different roles and give different authorization opportunities to different users. Therefore, not every hotel employee will see all. Of course, it will not be able to see all the modules and do all the transactions. This can be defined from the part of the hotel managers. Also, there is a part about hotel information in terms of how many stars they have, room capacity, bed capacity, location, addresses, and contact, as well as a short hotel description. Why is this type of definition important for us? This is due to one very important characteristics that is, and one important features that ElektraWeb offers. It is a free online reservation page. Basically, every time when one hotel starts using the ElektraWeb, he or she, the hotel owners, he or she will have basically their own window for selling in virtual environment in the internet. In our case, Mango Hotel looks like that on its own online reservation page. So these informations that we defined in this part as the basic segment are shown in this part of the window. We can also, of course, check the room's availability, and similar as with other online reservation engines, we can see the room types, rate types, board types offered, as well as different prices. We can also offer some additional services if there are in our hotel. So in this case, beside room, maybe guests can also reserve a transfer or maybe extra tickets for a special event that is going on in our town where our hotel is, or something similar. And this is how the basically basket looks like when guest fills out all the contact information and payment information. This reservation will automatically be recorded in our ElektraWeb system. What is also interesting about this page is that hotels will be able to log in on themselves and customize this page according to their desires. So they can change the color scheme, they can choose the pictures they would like to upload, they can change, they can add as much photos as they want. And what is also important is that they can also share with their website maintenance staff so that it can be incorporated into their own website. So either as a link to this online reservation page or as an e-frame, which basically gives hotels opportunity to earn more, to increase its internet visibility, this hotel property will be able to be shown in other meta search engines such as TripAdvisor, Kayak, Trivago, and also bid for potential online customers as well. So what we are very proud of in ElektraWeb is this online booking page, which comes completely free of charge together with this program. So the easiest way to define prices for the rooms that we also settled in the setup screen. As you see from here, we have general definitions related to overall hotel information, rooms definitions, accounting definitions, task management, and reservation definitions. So in order to give prices and to enter availability information, we use one very useful screen which is located in the upper part of the ElektraWeb. This is called Price and Availability Screen. It is very easy to use because you can simply change the prices by just selecting with the mouse in the desired date range and change only one price, let's say like this. And when you save it, it will automatically be recorded in the system. From this window, you can also see the availability in terms of how many rooms were sold in the hotel or not. We can also set the stop sales in case we don't have any more rooms available for sailing. We can just close them for further selling. And also there is the option for, if we settle it like that in our system, so that we can also change only one room type and automatically change the room for all the other room types. We can do these prices and availability settings in different date ranges, 14 days, 21 days, up to 60 days. We can have different overview of the prices. Here I would like to mention another of important features of our system, which is that it has a built-in channel manager, which means that it is connected to all major online travel agencies such as Expedia, Booking.com, but also to other channel managers such as SiteMinder, Hotel Linkage, RateGain, and similar. What does this mean? It means that through the two-way connection which we have, the changes in the hotel prices that you enter in this screen will automatically be displayed in online channels that you are working with as a hotel property. At the same time, since it is a two-way system, reservations coming from these online channels will automatically come to our system and be recorded in the related list under reservation page. Basically, we can, by using this action section here, we can set the channels with which we are working. We can update all of them at once. We can update each one of them separately. For instance, if we want to send one type of prices to Booking.com and the other type of prices for Expedia, this is also possible with our system. Also interesting feature is a rate manager, which is also quite popular in nowadays online hotel business, where we are, through our system, it is actually possible to see the prices of 10 to 15 competitive hotels in your area, and then by having insight into their prices, you can also correct your own prices in your own system automatically. So these prices that you settle here are the prices that will going to be displayed on your online reservation page. The prices and also availability information will also be sent to all the other channels that are interested in selling you. And so there will be no loss of effort and time in constantly checking, logging in constantly to any other different online channels one by one, and constantly checking the availability inside your hotel property and automatically changing it, because basically ElektraWeb does it all for you, and basically from your own internal PMS system. Besides this online channels integration, I would also like you to point out that through ElektraWeb, we can also have the integration with tour operators. There is also this section on the reservation module where we can choose one of the or more offline agency with which we work after making the necessary settings in terms of matching of hotels rooms that are used in our system and in their system. We can also fetch the reservations from these different systems, and we can also confirm them into our own system and automatically have them incorporated into our own reservation list without having to necessarily manually enter them. Everything can be done automatically. So after this brief overview of online booking page and price definitions, I would also like to show you the parts of the system which we believe will be especially interesting for the hotel managers. First one is the status screen. This status screen actually gives you a short screenshot of the current situation inside your hotel property. In both visual and in numerical forms, it is being shown how many currently in-house reservation there is, how many expected arrivals, departures, and how many rooms we will have in the end of day. Also, according to different types, whether there are normal reservation, share reservation, no-show reservation can also be listed in this segment. Also, by clicking on this box, we can automatically go to the related list, and we can see all of those in-house reservations that are currently active in our hotel system. Also, we can see the exchange rates for today. I would like to point out that we see here the exchange rates for those currencies that we already defined in our hotel. It can be actually, you can only work with 2, 3 currencies, or you can work with 10, 15, 50, how many you are interested in working with. Also, current status, we said that this is the quick numerical form, but we also have them in a more detailed room packs and percentage distribution. Also, we have in the form of pies shown the pie charts show the room statuses in terms of whether they're clean, closed, confirmed, or in maintenance maybe, or whether these are the occupied, the range of occupied, available, and blocked rooms. Also, what is also very interesting are the charts which shows you the screenshot of basically availability according to whether these rooms are available, occupied, whether these are block reservations in terms, or rooms that are planned for blocked reservation, or how we like to say the group reservations. Also, board statuses are shown in the right part of the screen. Also, we have distribution according to ages, repeat guests, how many arrivals, arriving and departing rooms, and total occupancy we have in our hotel. Also, the individual and group occupancy is also shown in this screen, as well as revenue, board statuses, and overview of reservations and folios. And this basically can be finalized with room type availabilities and accommodation type in our hotel, how many is complimentary, sold, or house use rooms. Another interesting menu which we developed is the distribution reports menu. This is interesting because for the desired date range, you can have access to 15 different analyses according to agency, room type, nationality, board type, rate type, etc. And whether you are interested in staying or selling parameters, or if you want to change the currencies, this is also possible. What is also interesting is that you can also have the last year's comparison. So basically, both in graphical and in numerical form, in the forms of list, you can see what is your current performance in relating to the previous year. So this is one of the features which is especially interested for the hotel managers. Another hotel managers how can I say, attention tracking feature is the occupancy graphics or forecasting. What is interesting in ElektraWeb is that all the forecasts are being done in both graphical and in grid forms. And we can also do this filtering for different periods, different times of year, and we can have different parameters with or without. And as I told you, we can see it also in the grid form. Also, all of these reports can be printed or exerted in the Excel. so that it can be used for in other forms in the future. Also, by clicking on each of these figures, we can have direct access to the PDF forms of these reports. And finally, for especially, I always point out that managers usually are interested in this, senior managers are usually interested in these type of analysis, is that all of these similar different types of analysis can be also available in the form of PDF reports, whether these are analysis, occupancy, also group hotels PDF reports are also available, because ElektraWeb can be used is especially useful for the group hotels as well, because multiple properties can be managed from one central part, and actually reports of each of the single property located in different areas can also be easily reached. So these are just one of the examples of how these reports look like. As we already mentioned, this upper menu toolbar is reserved for the most often used operation in the hotel, and since it's very easy and user-friendly with user-friendly design, it will allow you fast and effective completion of all main reservation-related operation. One of the screen which we often recommend to our users to use is the calendar screen, which actually gives you the visual overview of your hotel rooms, starting from their room number, room type, statuses, and in different date range. We can also change these dates from the calendar segment. From this screen, we can also see in which room number and room type there are current reservations or there are checkouts, potential new arrivals, and also new reservations. As you see, we have reservations of different colors because these color settings can also be changed according to the user's preferences. There are settings inside the system that allows us to do that. And creating the reservation from room calendar is more than easy. All you need to do is just click on the date when you want the check-in to occur and drag it until the date you want the checkout to be. So for creating the reservation, all we need is just name and the surname. So by clicking on the Save button, this reservation will be automatically created. Since we already are using the demo hotel, which is already set in, all these basic definitions that I quickly showed you in the setup menu, and based on the price and availability screen, prices that we define in that region, this actual reservation record is able to be set for the room number 120. It's a deluxe and clean room, and basically by clicking on the right click on the box of this reservation, we can do all the main front office reservation, from check-in to canceling reservation. We can also unassign this room and give it another room number. We can also post the expenses and take payments from this screen, and also go directly to reservation form or create invoice. What I would also like to show you is that you can also see the forecast from this screen, so how many of potential available and occupied rooms we have in our property, as well as by clicking on this hotel bell button, we can see how many unassigned reservations we actually have in our property. So by just choosing this, just selecting this room, we can just drag and drop it into the desired room in the calendar, and basically we will assign the room number in this way. Also, prior to guests' arrival, if there are any changes in their arrival dates, we can also just easily click and drag and drop these reservations from different parts at the calendar screen. So basically, This is the simplest way how you can create a reservation in ElektraWeb and how you can do all of these basic transactions in this menu. Another module that is also often used and of course indispensable in any hotel property is the room rack, or the screen that shows the room cleanness status. In ElektraWeb, it is quite vivid and quite visually appealing screen. We can see these rooms in two different forms. So basically, even if there are properties of more than 500 rooms, hotel owners or receptionists will be able to see them, basically all of them almost at one screen. How we change the room statuses is quite simple. We just click on the desired state, and we can choose either from dirty, maintenance, confirmed, touched, or we can choose multiple boxes and change their status from dirty to clean or to confirmed from this menu. Also, what is a room rack? You've probably seen that there are different colors, different grids. Well, this color settings are easily possible to be changed according to the hotel preferences by using the color settings menu, and each user can save the scheme according to their main preferences. Also, you have seen these grids in the names of the hotel. This is because due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there are some new cleanness measurements in terms of housekeeping and when is the possible check-in and check-out time that can be done. So these grids are implying that what time has passed since the last guest stayed in this hotel, so that in case there are some necessary precautions that need to be taken, front office employees can immediately have insight into it. Also, you have seen some of the different symbols used in this room rack. For instance, the clock implies that there is a task in this room. This symbol correctly implies that there is a day use or that we have VIP guests in the hotels. How do we know that what these symbols are? Well, there is the symbol legend in this part of the screen, whether this is VIP, late checkout, whether there is a planned room changed, or whether a guest staying in this room has a birthday, or we put it on queue. All of these information can be quickly displayed on this room rack. Currently, if we have the guest name and number of guests, we can know that this room is actually in-house, currently in use. For those reservations that have only the plus mark or add mark, it's possible to create reservation also from this screen, or to select one reservation from reservation list or from in-house, or in other words, we can either assign room from the room rack, or we can do the room change. And finally, through filtering option, we can easily summarize and filter a number according to the parameters we are interested, based on their availability, room type, or their cleanliness status. Also, other parameters such as bed type, view, floor, location also allows us to use the room rack. Well, what also is possible to do from the room rack is that there are also some, while clicking on this three buttons, there is also possibility to add task, or to again do some of the other reservation related operation. So these are the quickest way how we can use one of the main quick modules. However, here we also have reservation and in-house list. Depending on the user's user preferences, maybe they would like to use this screen more, maybe they would like to use more the calendar. It's on their it's according to their desire. Both reservation and in-house list have a similar structure in terms of what is potentially, what are these main action buttons that should be used in this list. We can easily add record by pressing the plus button, or we can edit each of the records, or we can print it, export it in Excel, either only the chosen, only the selected records, or we can export all the lists. Also, what is often seen throughout the ElektraWeb is this action button, through which we can actually quickly, which we can use to quickly perform all the important important information. For instance, we can either also move these reservations through different lists. Let me show them these lists from this menu. So you can also use this quick toolbar to reach this reservation list, or you can go to these modules on the left part of the screen, which are in terms of reservation, front desk, front cache, etc. From reservation menu, you will see the reservation lists, which also gives you the more detailed insight into other lists, such as waiting, in-house departures, or no-show group reservation. Basically, you can, through these quick action buttons, you can move this reservation through these lists, or you can assign room or divide reservations, split reservations, send them on queue, requests. Basically, there are many detailed transactions that can be done. There is a lot of videos we have on our YouTube channel on how to use each one of them, and we're also giving additional trainings on how to use each one of these actions. I would also like to show you the in-house list. As you see, it looks similar in terms of these main issues. Of course, the transactions that should be done in the in-house list are also grouped under the action menu, and you can do the posting, the payment, to create, share, log folios, post room charges, get payments, without even necessity to open the reservation card if it's not possible in that situation. You can also do multiple check-ins and multiple checkouts, issue multiple invoices. So everything is being designed so that the whole reservation operations, related operations, can be done quickly and effectively. Now I would like to just show you how, through quick double click on desired record, you can see the more detailed reservation card. By pressing the add button from here, you will open the blank reservation card. So this is also another way how you can create the reservation in ElektraWeb. Let me open it again because my screen blurred a little bit. And so you can see from the left part that all reservation-related information in detail, such as check-in time, check-out time and date, a room type, assigned room type, board type, nationality, and number of guests staying in the room, are in the left part of the reservation card. On the right part, we have 4 main tabs such as guests, pricing, portfolio, and folio, and also extra request, check-in, check-out messages, also contact of person who made reservation, and their emails is also located in the lower part of the reservation card. Pricing shows you how the pricing was done in this current reservation, and also portfolio and folio transactions are also possible to be seen, also posted, and both payment can be taken from these reservations, as well as invoice can be created. So this is just to show you how quickly, just a quick overview of how reservation card looks like. I won't go into too much details how we use it today, but in case you need more further information about it, we are always on your disposal to provide you with the additional training. Also, I would like to show you the quick pause option we have, which is very interesting in terms that if we think that you can use it on your mobile phones or tablets or even at kiosks, so it's very easily to choose one of the products that we offer in our restaurants or in our overall in our hotel. We just simply click on type of on items that we want, and we can collect the payments either in cash or in credit cards, or we can automatically charge the room by selecting some of our in-house records, and automatically by clicking on post, these expenses will basically automatically be registered on guests' folios, and when collecting the payments, these expenses will also be shown. So I would also like to. We won't go in more details with the modules on the left part, but basically all of the and even more modules than probably in most of the hotel management systems that you will have is here already, from reservation, front desk, and cash to housekeeping, CRM, night audit, contract management. Contract management is probably interesting for the resorts hotel that work with a lot of agencies, a lot of companies, a lot of different business partners to whom they apply different room prices and room rates. So it is possible to use this module to define different cases and different pricing options for different partners in different times of year for different selling or staying periods. Also, sales and marketing module is the one which is especially useful for the hotels that organize a lot of meetings, congresses, banquets, because it's possible to create projects, sales projects, to plan potential group arrivals, group reservation, block these rooms, and all of them, as we already seen them in the graphic and forecast screens, will be displayed. Also, all banquet related reservations and planning is also possible from this segment. Also, invoicing and accounting modules are also offered in this in ElektraWeb, as well as POS, stock, and procurement management. What I would also like to show you for the end of this short and quick demo is the online guest operations window, because I find it quite important in nowadays contactless technology time that we are forced, but also we are forced to apply, but also which is quite convenient and fast for our guests to conduct the online check-in, online check-out, and all the transactions without necessarily getting into contact with the hotel staff. So for this, we will also use our online reservation page screen. Go to the check-in option, and let's say for my reservation that I created, we should open the reservation card. I would just like to show you that. We can either enter voucher number, if there is a voucher number, or we can use the reservation ID, copy it. Of course, guest has these type of information, or and by entering its name and surname, automatically this online guest application will basically open at his or her screen, tablet, or even in the kiosk if the hotel is using one. These links can be sent to guests' email or SMS as an SMS directly to their phone, depending on the settings that we do in our system. And as you see from here, basically guests can do the payments of deposit if there is one, or they can also do their own self check-in, which is rather interesting. They can enter their own information, birthplace, date, scan their documents, do the electronic, perform the sign with the electronic signature, enter their own details of the other guests, and by just saving all and checking in, basically complete the check-in issue, check-in transactions without any effort. Also, they can do the payment on this screen by entering their credit card information in this field. Also, it's interesting that they can also make the reservations in our restaurant. For instance, in our hotel, we have restaurants, and we can choose the time period when we would like to have our restaurant reservation. In this case, there is the only table number 2 that is available, and if there are any notes, specific notes, they can enter it in this part and just send the request. As we see, reservation is successful, and it will automatically be displayed into our CRM, because this online guest operation and guest applications works together with the CRM module, as well as task management module. And so here we will see that for today we have 3 restaurant reservation, but as you see, my last reservation was recorded here. Also from this segment, it is possible to enter wake-up requests, complaints, or any extra technical service requests, even medical assistant. Everything is basically possible to be done from this screen. What are the features and modules that are going to be offered in this online application are basically defined under this part of the system, under definitions, and from online modules part, we can choose which one of them should be applied in our hotel property, right? So these are just the properties that we use in our demo version, but of course every hotel has its own features, or maybe additional features that can be used and applied in this segment.